Yo, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be going over the new Vesteria update. And this update brought a lot of changes, some of them for the better, some of them for the worse. But I'm going to go over these changes. So first is variants. Variants were removed and they will no longer drop from enemies, and they were also removed from like counting towards your tiers. So if I actually go and get on my ranger, I had a red tier ballista that was legendary, but it's now a purple tier. So you can see that before it was like plus 63 or something because it had the attack buff from the legendary variant, but I think they removed the attack buff from legendary, so now it's just a purple tier. And this also goes for other items except for ones that give tier like actual stat like strength. So like this vibrant Moko Mall still gives the plus 10 vitality, but it no longer counts towards making higher tier items. So if you were to scroll this, it wouldn't have already have like 10 points or however much you get from vitality. Alright, the next change is Taxi Man Dave. He got completely overhauled, so now he can take you to pretty much anywhere on the map as long as you visited it. So as you can see, I unlocked a few areas before I recorded this. So if I wanted to, I don't even think like Seaside Path has a, or maybe Great Crossroads, I don't think it has a Taxi Man Dave, but I can still go there. And then obviously it's kind of a waste to do that since it's connected to Nilgarth, but yeah, now I'm here. Alright, so this next change isn't too important, but now when killing mobs, you can see little XP orbs fly out of them to show that you're actually gaining XP. And yeah, not too important, but it is there, so. The next change is now sprinting consumes stamina, except they kind of added a pretty cool feature where if you are on cobblestone, any cobblestone path, stamina regenerates twice as fast and is also not consumed. So if you're just running on cobblestone path, you won't lose any stamina. And then say you're out of stamina, it's like you've been running on grass. You can see how slow it regens here. But then if I were to stand on the path, it regens 2 times as fast. There's also the new stamina UI where it's rounded on the top and bottom, and you now respawn with full stamina. So if I lose my stamina and then reset, I guess I kind of regen before I died, but when I respawn, you'll see that I'll have full stamina. Right there, I got full stamina. Next is inside the dunes. Whenever you don't have a water pack or anything, when your bar is yellow, you can now regen stamina instead of it just stopping regen completely. So if I stand still, you can see. And it's actually reduced by 67%. So it is pretty slow, but you can still at least regen. Okay, so next is jumping no longer cancels consumables. So I don't think this was a thing before. If you use a potion whenever you have that full stat, so I have full MP now, if I try to use this, it won't actually consume the potion. But if I do use some of my mana, as you can see, now I can no longer jump whenever using the potion. It does say jumping no longer cancels consumables, but like if I try to use a banana and jump, it doesn't let me jump. Same thing with the sub. So I don't know what you can jump with, but apparently some items you can jump while using. And then yeah, jumping is disabled while using a potion. Alright, so for the next one, I'm on my low level hunter because my ranger is in Forsaken, but jumping on a mushroom now cancels double jump, or resets it. Resets jump and double jump, yeah. So if I double jump before landing on the mushroom, I'll be able to double jump again midair. So if I jump, hit the mushroom, I can double jump again. So it's not the craziest of changes, but I guess it could be useful in some cases. Alright, for these next ones, I'm not going to actually show gameplay of them because you can kind of get a good understanding just from reading. But strength adds 0.05 stamina per point. Taking non-suppressed damage deducts 0.5 stamina and prevents regen for 1 second. Stamina continues to deplete while jump sprinting. After 10 stamina, the stamina bar will gain width instead of height, and warrior abilities now require a small amount of stamina. So again, nothing crazy, except for maybe the strength adds stamina. But yeah, some pretty cool changes. And next are going to be ability changes. Alright, so for these ability changes, I can't really show all of them, but for the ones that I can show, I will show. But first, Execute, Shadow Flurry, and Switch Strike can now be used without interrupting sprinting. Blink base cooldown reduced to 4 seconds, upgradable to 2 seconds, so you can see I have max blink, and its cooldown is 2 seconds, and it's actually really fast. You can see I can kind of spam blink. Quick Slash replaced with Spin Slash, so I'll go ahead and throw up a video of that, because I do have a warrior. And then Frost Call MP massively increased, and then the icicles cap at 10 instead of 12, and you'll see what they mean. So if I use Frost Call, as you can see, there's no middle icicles, and it also uses a lot more mana now. Still same cooldown and everything though. Meteor Strike is now Meteor Storm with a 15-second cooldown, 2-second cast time, and significantly higher MP cost, and it now drops 3 to 5 meteors instead of I think the one that it had before. So I think was this it? Yeah, this was it. So as you can see, there's multiple balls now that fall. I don't have Rock Throw, and I don't really need to show this one, but Rock Throw can now be used without interrupting sprinting, and it consumes 0.5 stamina on use. It has increased damage. They fixed range and aiming issues and increased the projectile speed. Magic Missile now requires 1 second of casting, during which the player cannot move. Damage no longer falls off with additional magic missiles, or when additional magic missiles are added, but MP cost increase. So I do have Magic Missile. So as you can see, if I try to use it, I slow down, and it has a casting animation now. Execute refills stamina on kill. Shunpo resets cooldown and refills stamina on kill. And Switch Strike refills stamina on hit and drains enemy stamina to 0 on player hit. So those are all the ability changes. I'll have the list on screen as well, so that you can read through it yourself. But yeah, next is going to be the user interface. Alright, next is going to be all the user interface changes. So some of these, I'm not going to show because it's kind of obvious what they do. But for the ones that are really easy to show, I will show. So first up, name tags. Both player and entity name tags now are cleared when blocked by other entities. They updated the interact prompt. Can now be clicked like a button. Exit prompt show up on the side of the screen instead of blocking the NPC/object you're interacting with. So like you can now click, instead of pressing C, you can just click this to sit down or to interact with whatever object or NPC it is. Fixed other people's damage numbers being larger than yours. They just said hot UI changes, which is like all this as well. You can now drag the UI. The dark mode on the hotbar now changes, so if you click it, every time you leave the game and rejoin, it'll still be dark mode. And then yeah, most UI is draggable. And then if you have 2 UIs open, like 2 windows, if there's one in the background, you can click on the one in the background and bring it to the front. There were some mobile UI fixes, which I don't play mobile, so if you're on mobile, you'll probably notice those. And there are faster loading times. I guess that's just for since it's under user interface, I guess that's just for the user interface. And then I'm not going to cut to anything now. The last section is loot tables. Moko Tua. I think the only thing they changed with Moko Tua loot tables is I think they might have changed some drop rates. And the biggest change is cursed scrolls now don't drop from them. They drop dark scrolls instead, both attack and defense. And then for Possum the Devourer, I think they doubled, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think they doubled the drop chances of some of the items in it, and they also added cursed defense from it. So now the only way to really get cursed scrolls is from Possum. But yeah, that's going to be all the changes. If you did enjoy this video and it helped you, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.